Real men are conservative. Beta! God in Christ, Christ in man, man over woman, and woman over children. Oh, I'm a strong woman. Lesbians.
What is a real man, Jesse? What is a real man? You?
Yes, there is no such thing as two men being a husband and two women, lesbians, being wives. It's just not even logical. It blows your mind to even try to think of that in a logical way. I'm glad to see men standing up for Christianity for a change, because it's the only religion that requires that we change. We examine ourselves and change and be born again, turn back to God, right?
Ladies and gentlemen, please welcome to the stage, Jesse Lee Peterson.
Amazing. Thank you guys. Amazing. It's amazing what Nick has done here, right? 20-something years old. It can be done. So I realized time is late now, and as Nick said, people love to talk. And black people love to talk. I want to tell you that our battle is a spiritual battle. It's a warfare between good and evil, right versus wrong. There's no such thing as racism, sexism, homophobism, Islamophobism, Allah-u-Abbaism, dead-be-dad-ism, white supremacism, anti-Semitism. It is either good or bad, right or wrong. It's good or evil. It really is. And I want to tell you quickly how to overcome fear. And I used to have fear. I was a beta male at one time. I was beta. Beta. The civil rights movement, so-called civil rights movement, the civil rights movement was the worst thing that ever happened to the blacks. It was the worst thing. It really was. It was the worst thing. Anybody ever pick cotton? You have not lived until you pick cotton. It was amazing. Isn't that amazing? I was taught to work. I was taught to be responsible. If anyone has any anger at all, then Satan is your daddy.
What the?
How many men have anger? You a woman. You're not a man. You're a girl. Beta bear. I used to have fear. I used to be a beta, but I was a beta, but I realized that you're a beta too. Oh, thank you, Jesus. Oh, Jesus. You can't love God and hate your fellow man. You never seen God. How you gonna love him and hate your fellow man? It's like Allah-u-Abba people, you know? Because the hardest thing in the world for a woman to do is to admit she's gay. And I want to say that white people are the most attacked people on this side of heaven today. It's mind-blowing. It's mind-blowing to see it. They accuse white folks for everything. And they can get away with it because you're afraid. You're afraid to say, no, I'm not a racist. When they start calling you racist, y'all need to speak up here, because all you're doing is bringing the worst out of your enemy. When you don't stand up for yourself, you encourage people to pounce on you. I don't care if it's relationships or what. You got to stand up. I see women all the time now smacking men at the airport. If you hit me, you're going down. I don't care who you are. But anyway, white people, you are hated because you founded and created the greatest country on this side of heaven. It was created by white people. It really was. Ain't no Chinese found in America, no black people found in America. They were paid to work. Even if they were paid food and houses, they were still paid, right? They didn't build America. White men built America with the help of God. With the help of God. With the help of God. And that's amazing. It's amazing. If black people are smart enough to build a country, why don't they build Africa? Mommy, Africa is out of control. I don't see it. Now, in the good old days, that would have been possible. And they were black. And they didn't blame anyone. But that's gone now because black people have a gay mentality. Their hearts are filled with hate. That's why you must tell them the truth. White folks, y'all need to know, if you give up America because you're afraid to say, I'm not a racist, you're your own problem. My ancestors built America. Your folks did not. I invited you into my house. I'm not going to let you run me out of my house and you take over and destroy it. But this is your country, and the men who founded and created the greatest country, they went through hell to do that. They didn't back down. They are teaching critical race theory and all that too. They have white kids stand up in a classroom saying how bad they are. How I'm white, because I'm white, I'm evil. Little children, and the parents are too afraid to even protect their own children. The millennial boys and girls and the Z, they're suffering because the parents are too afraid to stand up to black people and say, I'm not your issue. There's no such thing as racism. You got your own problems, and I'm not your problem. If you love black people, you would tell them the truth. Oh, I got to tell you one last thing. I know my time is up. You know how black people love to talk. I told you. But listen, I started White History Month in July because you gotta agree that July just feels white. It feels white. Amazing. It's summertime. It's the 4th of July. It's reflection time on how great the country is. It's freedom time. July just feels white. And so we celebrate July as White History Month. White boy summer. Amazing. That's all good. So we started White History Month because I noticed that they celebrate everything but White History Month. They got Mama's Day, Daddy's Day, a little bit Daddy's Day. They have a Gay Day. They have Indian Day. They have Japanese Day. They have Americana Month. White people built America, and we need to remember that. We need to know the real history. They're tearing down the statues and monuments. They allowed a bunch of fat, black, radical lesbians. Black Lives Matter. They allowed these people to tear down the monuments and statues of great men who built the greatest country in the world. Everybody and their mama tried to come here from everywhere, right? And they allowed these folks to tear down the statue and put up somebody like George Floyd. So can you imagine walking down the road? Here you are, a little kid, walking down the road with your dad and your mama, and you see a George Floyd. You're like, look, mama, who is that? Oh, that's George Floyd. Well, what did he do, mama? Oh, he was an unemployed drug addict with a criminal record. Oh, that's what I want to be one day, mama. We should allow this. This doesn't even make sense to let this happen. The only reason you're allowing it to happen, you have fear. I got to say, Nick Fontaine, what's his name? Fontaine. Nick, thank you, man, for what you're doing, especially at your age. Thank you all for having me here. It was amazing. Thank you very much. Appreciate it. Thank you.